Why?
Why what?
Why should men take a bullet for women? Why?
He
That's
shouldn't
my
if he
question.
doesn't.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's obviously we know where your values stand, but it's about your values, your integrity, your nobility, and whether you can live with yourself or not, and if you want to carry that. So those are the reasons why. I feel like that's just the standard.
If you love her, you take a bullet for her.
Because it's honorable, dutiful, sacrificial love is like the ultimate act of nobility, period.
Because I thought it was just a built-in feature.
She just
Built-in
thought it was
feature.
in the system. It was in the system.
I guess I was wrong.
I
That's,
just,
Built-in
that's just for
feature.
Brian. It's not in his system.
Okay. He's an android.
Well, I'm just
He's
curious.
not an iPhone, he's an
I'll
Android.
let everybody's answer. I'll give wait for. Go ahead.
why should I don't think they should. I just think that if they say they love me and there's no kids involved, then I would hope, but
She said if you love them, you would die for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Bible says love knows no greater than this, that one would lay down his life for his friend. So,
yeah.
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 So then, you said it's just built into men.
I thought it was a built-in feature.
I thought
for
so
all
too.
men?
I
Let me
thought
ask you
it
a
was.
question. As a man, if I say all women are somehow duty bound to have children, they must have children, would you object to that? It doesn't matter what they think. They have to have children. Would you object to that?
Are you saying women should have children, like you would force them to? Or do you mean like it's built in?
Jess Gerald donated $69. Sorry about the stream dropping. That's my bad. I'll send a bear over to fix it.
Yeah. Yo, Gerald, yeah, it's probably the, I don't know, it's probably the alcohol. Blame it on the okay. Alcohol.
Do you mean like it should be built into women as that should be built into men?
Well, this is I always forget, is it Natalie or I think it's Natalie or Natalia. Yo, Cox technical support. Thank you. You owe me way more, bro. With the amount, we lost like, I don't know, 3K or something. Who knows? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hi. I asked the question. Sorry.
Oh, I was, yeah.
Okay. Do you mean as in women should have that like innate drive in them to have children, just
Yeah.
as men should have that innate drive to lay down their life, or what do you mean by that question?
Well, if women can have the position of, my expectation for a man is that he's willing to die for me, then what would be the corresponding demand from men?
I think yes, biologically, for the continuum, is that a word?
Yeah.
For the continuing of the human race, it probably should be built into us. I don't know if that's going to be the case any longer, given that we're really fusing with technology and we do seem to be like evolving into a different species altogether. But yeah,
Let me ask you a question. Would you guys all say here that a woman who doesn't want to have children, she's not feminine? Would you say that to a woman who doesn't want to have kids?
No.
No.
Slightly.
Who doesn't want to or who can't?
Who doesn't want to?
Okay.
I'll just go around the table and just get a definitive answer from everybody.
I wouldn't say that that's not feminine.
No.
I would say that, yeah, you're a little less feminine if you don't want children. Wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but yeah.
is it masculine to want to have children?
No, he's asking, like, would it be less feminine
Well, I'm
for
trying
a
to
woman
think
to
of
not
an,
wanna have
I'm trying to
kids?
think
No,
of a
what I'm saying is that
counterpoint
is it-
to me not being willing to die for a woman. So I'm trying to figure out if that's the expectation on men, what's the like equivalent, frankly there is none, what's the equivalent gender expectation on women?
Yeah, I was just saying, don't men and women want to procreate?
That's true.
I don't think it's
So
a feminine
why-
thing. I
so-
think it's a procreation thing.
Well, maybe it's more the strong dying for the weak, the same way a woman would die for a child.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, fine. If a woman gets an abortion, is she less feminine?
Yes.
Yes and
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
Because
Yes.
femininity would nurture a child.
I
not
also
kill
think,
it.
yeah, if
trying
you
to-
don't
I'm
want to
not-
have kids, you are not as feminine. You're not in your feminine
I'm not
energy.
quite finding the best example. I don't know what it is.
There is no.
Because frankly, there is no
Yeah, it's
there's no sacrifices
That's
that
great.
women take on that is comparable to men
Well,
being
yeah,
willing
her
to die
dying
for
for her
a woman.
kid, for her child,
Death is,
dying for her child,
Okay.
sacrificing her life for her
But
child.
I suppose, so that's the man doing something for the woman. What is something that a woman can do for a man?
Gender Solid donated $69. Brian already said it earlier. Women expect chivalry, but
well
don't
put.
reciprocate with chastity.
That's actually very, very well put.
But again, but who is your partner? That, I mean, obviously you're looking for a woman with chastity. So we're saying, if you're with a woman who is very feminine, who is very traditional, say she checks all of your boxes, you wouldn't lay down your life for her. She wouldn't be deserving of that.
He already said no. Right?
I wouldn't do it in any scenario. But
Okay,
at the
but
very,
his point
but
was that,
because-
you wouldn't do it for a modern woman.
Do you think that woman, the one who's like not the modern woman, the one that's has the traits that you're desiring, do you think she's going to go for someone like you who won't lay down their life for her?
That's a good question. Probably
Don't
not.
really care.
Probably not.
Don't care.
So
Don't care.
are you prepared to be single for the rest of your life?
Like, come on,
That's funny.
let's be real.
I'll
You
be
should
fine.
you should
Trust
reset
me.
your expectations just a smidge.
Who?
I think
I
you're
should
gonna
change
fall
my
in love and
expectations?
then you're
This
gonna
is
wanna
crazy. if you're not willing to die for a woman, you're just never
it's
gonna
not
find a woman.
It's the love of your life. It's the mother of your kids. We're not just talking about blanket woman.
The kind of woman that you say you want.
Right.
Yeah, if that's your
That's
ideal
what we're
woman,
talking
it's like
about.
someone
Only
you-
men have to do anything to make themselves appealing to women. Women don't have to do anything. Y'all don't have to meet
Ideally,
any
nobody
standards
dies.
That's
or
not
boundaries
true.
or expectations.
I don't think that's
I don't.
true.
I don't believe that's true either.
I
I,
don't
think
think
that
that's
Women
women
are far more picky than men are.
and that's
Sure.
okay. That's how it
Women
should
have higher
be.
standards.
Which is why women
Your
shouldn't
standard
have
for
so
men-
many such a big body count as well. They should have standards.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find though. So what would be the corresponding thing that women are supposed to do for men?
Have babies, have their children, raise them.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Okay.
Give up.
And
If that's
give
the
them
ultimate-
a home. Yeah.
So if
Build-
a woman
build
is
a
not
home.
willing to do that,
Then
does
what's the
that
point?
make her, I don't know if beta really, does that make her less feminine? Does that make her less deserving of having a partner? Answer the question.
If what? Say it again.
Because all of you said, let me just rewind the tape here. Because my position is that I'm not willing to, you can hide it for a bit. Didn't we already show that one? No, it just popped up. Did it? Okay.
Same
Oh,
username.
my bad.
Same guy.
All of you here said that because I am not willing to die for a girlfriend or wife or whatever it is, that makes me beta, it makes me less masculine, it makes me effeminate, it makes me not masculine. What would be the corresponding thing that a woman refuses to do for a man that would make her less feminine or
not
a
have his
bitch or what? I don't know.
children,
Yeah.
sleep around.
Yeah.
Promiscuity.
Not have children?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think not have children.
Not have
yeah.
his children.
Because
Not
that's
have his
sacrifice.
children
Would you
when
guys-
he
That's the
wants.
big one. That's the biggest one, I would say,
Yeah.
because
When-
to his defense, he asked, would that make women less feminine if they decided not to have kids? What am I preserving if you're not going to have kids? If you don't
Yeah.
value having children, then what
Yeah.
the fuck am I laying my life on the line for if you're not
Exactly.
going to continue my genetic legacy?
Right.
I agree with that.
Because we're all animals. And that's
Yeah,
all
we're not.
worth.
I mean, we would understand if you're not willing to lay down your life for a woman who
Doesn't share the same.
doesn't share the
values.
same values that you are looking for. We're saying for the ultimate woman, the woman of your dreams. You wouldn't do that
We
for?
don't dream, do we?
Well, okay,
Only
we're
women.
romanticizing
Okay, well
it by
we're
saying
also
the
talking
woman
in
of your
hypotheticals.
dreams,
So
right?
why don't you just
Men-
entertain my
But
hypothetical? Okay.
But it's a woman that shares the same values and holds themselves to a regard that you would admire.
It's just look, it's a very gynocentric attitude that men ought to sacrifice their life for women.
No,
it's
it's
very how could that possibly not be woman focused, that men need to die for women.
think-
That's incredibly
you're
female-centered.
You're gonna have a
That's
hard time finding
female-centered.
something that is just that equal, but also love doesn't keep count. We
So
do
just
things
so I'm
for
clear,
each other.
just so I'm clear, you,
Because
Real Trump donated $69. As men, we are supposed to literally sink with the Titanic
Absolutely.
and freeze to death
Absolutely.
to save women. But the minute we ask her to make a sandwich, iron a shirt, or rub our back, we're the misogynist dirtbag.
See, you guys are talking about the worst,
Right.
like
That's
not the women that would deserve to take a bullet for them. Like, of course, if my man wants his back rubbed and he's providing like his share of the relationship, of course I'm gonna want to do all the things.
Exactly,
for him.
masculine women bring out our feminine side.
Comparing it to like girls that are just like out here in the streets. They don't care. They're just trying to be like taken care
Yeah,
of.
don't take a
basically.
bullet for her.
hold on, but here's the issue, right? You got a bunch of modern women who are not traditional in any sense, who still demand traditional treatment from men.
That is
Yeah,
an issue.
I disagree with them. That's an issue.
Yeah, that is an issue.
That's a real
Let me
issue.
ask, okay,
we've
but like
just
let's take it to
come
the
to an
let's take
agreement.
it to one of the ultimate things that a woman can do to be a traditional woman, which is to be a virgin until you meet your life partner.
There are women-
How many of you have a body count of 1 or 0?
What is your point? What is your actual point?
I'll restate again what I've already said.
But what
is
does it
that
matter? Because you don't even care if they're virgins. You still
I would-
won't lay down your life for them.
And if they
Right.
are,
Why do you say
Virgin
that?
or not.
Yeah,
But I'm
exactly.
just
They're gonna die anyway.
I'm playing on the same level
But
because
it's
it's
really
for
not.
two
No, you're
because
not.
yes, here I'll explain why. Because you have non-traditional women who will still get and still expect the traditional treatment from men.
And that's backwards.
You a girl who
I don't
who's
think-
promiscuous and who's not modest and who's
So your argument is
all this
modest
stuff.
women should not get a bullet taken.
We all want to get the maximum that we can get, right? So I don't see any objections
So
at
what
all to
you're
me not subscribing. Y'all want equality. Y'all, feminism is here to stay. I'm adapting to the new normal. Okay, feminism is here to stay, right? Let me ask you here.
Seems like it's serving you. Seems like
You get to-
Look. I don't even know. I'd just be curious, like, what would be the equivalent thing a woman could say where y'all would dogpile her and be like, you guys aren't feminine, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Q, why would you sacrifice your life for the woman you love?
Because I'm sexist.
Elaborate.
Benevolent sexism. Women are more vulnerable creatures. They're weaker, and I just would be inclined to do it because I feel it's that my duty. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if the girl that I love died on my hands.
Okay,
Yeah.
so difference of opinion.
Sure. I don't. And look, if a
why
guy
do you
is
take
willing,
it up with him?
So yeah, you guys should just have that
look,
conversation.
if a
You
guy's
don't need
willing to do it, look,
I mean, but his point still is valid. I mean, he doesn't have to do it.
No,
Nobody's
he doesn't.
saying he has to.
you
You've been
guys are
saying
literally
this
you
for
guys
like
are-
the last hour.
You guys are literally saying you're going to be single for
We
the
don't
rest of
have
your
to
life.
agree with
You
you.
don't
Blah, blah, blah.
have
Don't
to
think
do
there's
it,
a
but
large
it doesn't
majority of
make you
women.
right for not.
You don't have
It's
to.
just crazy the gender expectations on men of you have to lay down your life for me.
So are you trying to change our mind?
But
Okay,
see,
I'm
this is
just
the
arguing-
thing,
I'm
though.
just-
It's-
I'm just debating
It's
it.
just a moral quandary because he doesn't have to. So it's like,
Yeah,
So-
that's what we've been saying.
Let me
because
use
you're
a different
strong.
example.
I do it out of love.
Here's a good example. You're on a plane. They always say, put your mask over your child's face. Put your face, sorry. Most people, because they say that because most people will put an air mask on their child before themselves. Most mothers will try to save their child before themselves. That's the expectation of a mother. But if the mother tries to save herself before her child, that's the same scenario.
It is,
They
yeah.
can do that, but obviously society's going to look bad at the
Keep it
mother.
up. Okay. I mean,
what would you want your wife, mother of your kids to do? Save herself first or save your kids?
Yeah, would you be with a woman who
I
wouldn't be
just-
willing to lay your life
well,
down
now
for a
we're
child?
introducing the child component into it,
yeah,
which
kids are
is
more
kind of-
innocent. Yeah,
I
it's
just think you're
kinda-
still stuck on
We're
this
trying-
certain
I'm
type
trying
of
to find
woman
a
that
parallel,
doesn't
though, that's
deserve.
equivalent.
That's an expectation of most
Right.
moms.
I mean, I would just simply. I'm trying to. What was the question I was demanding be answered, but nobody answered it. I forgot.
What's the equivalent to a man?
Yeah, what's the parallel?
Yeah.
And that's
What's
an
the
expectation on women.
A woman sacrificing her life for her child.
Okay. I mean, look, I'll just, again,
It's instinct.
I think perhaps the ultimate form of something that a woman could give to a man would be virginity.
No, I think it would
I
be
think that's a
providing
smaller
a
ask.
family.
Do you,
Yeah. I
do you
think
think it's a smaller?
loyalty-
Okay, but so if men value sexual purity in women, then I mean, what's or did I already ask? What's the bigger ask? Asking
Yeah,
someone to
yeah.
die
Yes.
or a woman being a
Yeah.
virgin?
Yes.
Okay, well,
But what would you
Would-
value more than Brian? Would you value being with a woman who's a virgin but she can't have kids, or being with a woman who's had 2 bodies before you but she gave you 5 kids?
if I want to have kids, then yeah, the woman with the 2 bodies. If I don't want to have kids, the virgin.
So we're saying, what do you want? Kids or no kids?
It's very likely yes that I want to have kids.
Okay.
Aw.
Would you be with a woman who wasn't willing to lay down her life for
I don't
her
know where I was
kids?
going with that. It's okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's totally related, but
It's an expectation.
yes,
of
I
women.
suppose I would hope that she would be willing to sacrifice herself
But
for
what
the
if
children.
she wasn't?
What if she said no?
What if she thought like you did?
I'd,
That
What if
she
she
do
had?
her best?
What if she had a brain like you?
What? You
But
mean,
then, I
you
mean,
mean
then on
every woman
Well,
who
yeah,
wouldn't be
no,
willing to sacrifice herself for me? Okay.
I'm talking about
You mean the
her- What if
wait?
she wasn't
hold
willing
on.
to
Do you mean the
sacrifice
status quo?
No.
You mean the status
but that's
quo?
the thing. When you're in love with a person, like that girl would do that for you too. I would do it for my partner
would
as
too.
well.
But okay, only one
Okay.
person can do it, and if your answer is I want the guy to lay down his life for me, then you can't
And you
both
wanna lay
die.
down her life for kids.
I had this conversation too. I was like, yeah, women can say I would do it, but would you actually though?
I
No,
would
they,
do
they
it.
hide behind you.
I would do it.
For someone you love,
I would get in
I
there.
think that's different.